Pursuit HD new camera from MarCum. Hi, I'm the multifarious fisherman. This is 7Fish. We got a little different video for you today. I got a hold of a new device that's going to help us with making content for you. It's also a tool that we will utilize for ice fishing. And I'm doing an unboxing today, which I think is, I'm pretty sure, the first one we've done on our channel. A little different type of content. Apparently people like to watch people take stuff out of boxes. This is an unboxing of a new camera from MarCum that I'm pretty excited about. You've seen, if you watched our videos, you've seen us use a number of different cameras from a couple of different companies, but primarily the MarCums. We've run a Recon 5 Plus, which we had some difficulties with. Neat device, and it works fine to fish with, but capturing video is particularly problematic. And we use the Quest HD, which was a better video quality camera, but again had recording issues. Need a secondary device. You need power source for a secondary device to capture video on that device. We did show you some video from it, but ended up, because we had issues making things work, compatibility, we ended up not capturing video directly in that camera, which is unfortunate because the quality is really good and it does have a bigger screen, but it's big, it's heavy, it's another thing to carry around with you. I like the size of the Recon and some of the features, but just not capturing video on that device because it captures internally. You can get it out, but it's a weird file type. We talked about it in a video, but weird file type, weird format. They have rectangular pixels on that camera. When you record something on the 5 Plus and you play it back on the 5 Plus, it looks great, it's fine. When you take still images on the Recon 5 Plus, it looks great, it's fine. But when you try to play it back, I don't know if you remember, kind of these weird stretched out images. If you want comedy, it's kind of good. This is a weird looking bluegill because of the weird format. The camera that came out this year that sort of hit in between them and filled most of the needs that I had, and I'm excited to take out this year. I just got it today, so I don't have any footage that I've shot with it yet. We are in a weird transition period where there's ice on the lakes, but not enough to go out on, and it may be here or gone in the near future, so we're in limbo a little bit, but I will get you some footage with it shortly, show you some quality and how convenient maybe it is to use. The Pursuit is similar in size to the Recon and similar in features to the Recon 5 Plus, but what you gain here is the ability to record to an SD card in a standard file format and with 1080 quality. Image of the camera, they have specs, they have some additional information, kind of something to describe what the features are and what they do. Camera positions, which is pretty good. Angled up, angled straight, angled down, and straight down. All things that you can do with this particular camera in open water or through the ice. When we open that up, a nice little underwater still, kind of cool, black crappie. Got a booklet right on top, descriptions, instructions. The camera is in a bag, which has a shoulder strap and a carry handle. We'll do the camera first. Zippered. You can utilize it in the bag. I'm going to suppose that I'm going to take it out of the bag for use, but I don't know yet. Time will tell. Here is my camera. This part, I know this is an unboxing thing. They like to, I don't know, people get excited about peeling this, and we peel that off. It's supposed to be satisfying. I don't know. You have 4 buttons on one side and 1 on the other. The one on this side is the one I'm excited about because that is your record button. So while you're watching, if you see something, you can hit that button. It records straight to an SD card internal. I think it takes up to 120 gig card, so you can record way more than one battery life worth of material at 1080p. It's going to hold a pile. It probably won't run a card quite that big because you're not going to fill it up. This power down here on off. You have IR and LED. These are also your up and down buttons for menu. Infrared. This camera has infrared lights and LED lights, white lights. So In IR it will be black and white image. In LED it will be a color image. This is a menu/enter button. I also should have mentioned that the camera has several built-in features that some of the higher end cameras will have. In each corner it will display, one of the corners shows battery status or recording status if you're recording, battery status if you're not. And then in the other corners you'll have camera direction. That'll be a compass direction. You may have to calibrate that if it's inaccurate initially, but you'll have water depth at the camera. I like that feature a lot because if you have, let's say you have a Vexilar and you can see your jig is 8 foot down. If I can put this camera down and see that my camera is at the 8 foot mark, then I can start rotating it looking for my jig. If you're guessing and you're kind of, oh, that's about 8 feet, and you drop it down, you're actually, let's say, 10 feet, and you're looking for your jig, you'll never find it. If you don't know what direction the camera is pointing and how deep it is, very difficult to locate fish that are on your Vexilar or your jig under your hole or any of that if you're not in the same hole. So definitely a big plus for a camera. And then the other thing that it shows you is temp. This device here on the back is the spool of cord that goes to the camera, and it has a pivot here which is stiff to operate, but that's a good thing, and it holds that spool from rotating. So if you move this little device in and out of the way, there's slots it can go into, 4 slots all the way around it, to pin that so it doesn't spin. If you want to get your camera back up quickly, there is a handle here that folds out and will allow you to quickly spool your line back up. That, as I said, locks it so that this doesn't rotate. I think this has 75, it's 50 or 75 feet of cord out to read to tell you for sure. That's everything in the front, but have a pocket around the back. And of course, what would a underwater camera be without a camera? This is the camera. It has a little pouch. This is the 1080p camera. It has a piece on it up here with some different positions that you can place the cable in. Pretty good weight underneath, so it's substantial. Like I said, it shoots in 1080. The LEDs are around it, so I think 2 LEDs and 2 IRs. I don't know which is which, but we can turn it on and find out. The cable can push into that channel there. Then if I choose the middle one, that's my horizontal, which is what we'll use most of the time. You put it in one hole and look around. You can look at other holes. If you want to use it in the same hole as, let's say, that you're fishing in, just running and gunning, being quick, you can hang it straight down. Inside here as well, I have a lanyard. I don't know, probably not a terrible idea if you're filming in an ice hut around, the hole or whatever, that you don't end up kicking it in the hole. And then also in this back pocket, you have some cabling. This one is the charger. And I didn't know when I picked it up whether or not the charger was a USB charger or not. I'm kind of excited that it is, because what that means, plug it into a Mophie, you can recharge it on the ice and run it again. Of course, with a USB charging cord comes the USB plug it in the wall socket, so we have that. I have 8 million of those for different devices, but I have another one. This cord may not be familiar to most of you, but this end of the cord plugs into a very small jack on the camera, and this end of the cord is really blurry. This end of the cord is an HDMI plug. So you have a micro HDMI to an HDMI, so I can HDMI out and look at it on a big screen if I want to. The Quest 1080 I've seen played back on a 40-inch flat screen, and the 1080 quality looks great on a 40-inch flat screen. They're not inexpensive. That Pursuit is $550 basically. That is the unboxing of the Pursuit HD from MarCum, new camera that I'm excited about. We got a hold of one finally and are looking forward to making more content for you. This is Tip Tuesday, Tips to Make You Dangerous, but it's more of an unboxing product introduction, so hopefully helpful to you, and we're really looking forward to doing the review of it, which should come in a little bit. I just have to get hard enough water to go out on, or open enough water to go out on. Thank you, Seven Fish. We will see you later in the week. This is a Fishing Channel's version of getting a drone.